Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Court Farms Country Park, and this is episode 22 of the Let's Play series. So I hope you're all in good health and having a nice day. So what we got going on today? Well, onwards from the last episode, as some of you may well be aware, at the end of the episode, after finding all 100 of the collectibles and getting that last bit of money in, ill-gotten gains, I suppose you could call them that, because I didn't really earn them. I did spend a little bit of time looking for them, obviously, but yeah, I didn't earn them from legitimate farming means. But yeah, as I said, they're all done. That job's done now. No more collectibles to find. All 100 are in the bank, so to speak. So we made a purchase. We bought this plot of land, field 90, I think this is. Let me just quickly pop in and remind myself. Yeah, field 90. It's split into two. There's currently no crop in it, and the plan, I think, is going to be turning it into one big field, essentially just ploughing over this this path that runs down and gives access to a couple more fields. And fortunately, for my own peace of mind, the fields that it does give access to have alternative access points, so they're not going to be cut off from anywhere else. So it's all tickety-boo as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's going to be the first job of the day. I think there is still some stones in the field. So I say, essentially, I think what we'll do, because it is essentially a blank canvas, we'll start afresh. We will plough it under, and we'll do the usual work: get it ploughed, get it cultivated, get it stone picked, get it limed, and then we will throw a crop into it. Although I think the crop that I would like to put into it is the other crop that this map has brought to the game, which is field beans. That's what I intend to put in it, but we're not in that planting season yet. The planting window for field beans is... where are we? Crop calendar. There we are. Field bean. Yeah, starts in March. So we've got... obviously, we've got the rest of January. We're on the second day of January at the minute. So we've got the rest of today and the next 2 in-month days of February to get that sorted. So that's all good. So that's going to be the first bit of today. And now I fully appreciate, I know in reality it's a very cold day here on Court Farms. We're currently set at -3 degrees, so if I'm correct in saying you wouldn't ordinarily try and plough because the ground would be extremely hard. But we're going to anyway. It'll be fine. It's not that real, is it? But yeah, we need to crack on with it. That's going to be the first job of the day. So yes, that's what I plan on doing, but I do plan on making a couple of, albeit very minor alterations, I feel, just to a couple of bits of equipment. So let's get ourselves back over to the farm, and I'll just go through that very quickly with you. Right, so my plan of attack, this has been in my mind for a few days, if I'm honest. Now, any of you who have been following the series, especially over the last few episodes, will know that when I did make the first discovery of a huge pile of collectibles, I came into a vast amount of money. And in my own mind, I kind of felt like essentially I needed to get rid of that money, as you know, because I didn't want to be sitting on hundreds of thousands of pounds and not really having anywhere to go in the series. So I bought some land, and I bought this wonderful but quite ridiculous thing, the Fendt 1050. That's what I'm going to get rid of today. I'm going to sell it because it's still worth a good chunk of money, and it's got very few hours on it. So, because the reality is, it's been in my mind the last couple of days when I've been sitting at home here in real life and just pondering over what's going to be coming in the forthcoming episodes. It's not always necessarily sat right with me. Yes, it's great. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's all-powerful. There's nothing it can't do. But in reality, on this farm in particular, there's nothing... None of the tools I have, none of the tools I own, yet anyway, have any need for a 500 horsepower tractor worth, you know, almost, give or take a few quid, 300,000 quid. Yeah, everything can be done with these three. Definitely. I know, as some of you will know, I fabricated a load of work hours into this tractor, so it does damage itself quite quickly when it gets busy, but it's still a perfectly capable tractor. So what I'm going to do, and I think the wisest thing for me to do for the farm, is I'm going to sell it, take it down to the shop. I'm going to sell it and its weight. In the menus, it says it's worth about 296,000 quid. So if I take it to the shop, I'm going to be assuming I'm going to be getting about anywhere near 300,000. So we're going to sell that. The money we currently have in the bank at the minute is 85,700 quid. So obviously I'm going to sell this, add it onto the bank, and add it into the money that we have into the bank. I'm going to purchase another plot of land, which is the other field that I had in mind at the end of the last episode before I bought field 90, which if I pop into the PDA, it's this one here, field 110, the one that surrounds the sell point here, Valley View Bales. This is currently at a value of 171,000 quid. So we're going to be fine. I'll be able to sell this tractor. I'm going to replace it with something else, albeit an older tractor, but new, in inverted commas, from the shop. I'm not going to put any work hours onto it, but it's going to be considerably worth a lot less money. So essentially, yeah, you see where I'm going with it. We sell this, we sell, and I'm also going to sell the plough, because I've never really been a fan of these traditional types of ploughs. Yes, I did put it into the game initially because I wanted to kind of try and do it properly. You know, this is the kind of plough you would ordinarily see in this country. So yeah, it's still that this is worth about 14 grand. But when it comes to ploughing, and with the job I have at hand today, regarding creating a field, obviously I know the field is mostly. Hang on a minute, goodness me, what's happened there? You know what? You'll have to excuse me here. I'm going to have to sort that. Can't be having that. I don't know what on earth has caused that. Oh, hang on a minute. I think I do. I was tidying up the... I think the wool pallets sit directly behind this. But they didn't go through the wall. Oh, anyway. Goodness, yeah. Apologies for that. Where was I? Yeah, creating fields. We've got to carve in a little bit of new field in our newly purchased field 90, when I plough over the lane that runs through the middle of it. But using a square-shaped plough it makes that a bit easier. It's just easier to define the field, I find, my own personal experience. And it will be a little bit wider. This one has a width of, I think, where are we here? It's a 3.5 metre width, and the one I plan on replacing it with, which is... It's one I've always used, it's this one, the Case 55 chisel plough. So I'm going to buy it in its smallest form, which is 4 metres wide. And it just makes, especially defining the field edges, it just makes it a bit easier to work with. And it's lighter and easier to shift around. So that's the plan, and it's cheaper. So I'll come out with a few more quid. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I think, I know the shop doesn't open till 9 o'clock, so we'll have to wait till then. As for everything else on the farm at the minute, everything's ticking over nicely. The cows are fine, the sheep are fine, the chickens are fine. I've just mucked the cows out this morning. There was a massive mountain of manure there to muck out, so I've jumped in the telehandler, sorry, tipped it back into there, where I tend to keep it for now. Now our silage bales are all fermented. They're ready to rock, so I think what I will do is top up the cows with whatever they need for total mixed ration and sell the rest and make some money. So essentially today we could end up with a few quid in the bank. Yes, I'm going to, you know, as I said, I'm going to buy the field. I'm going to buy another tractor, but albeit a cheaper one, and a plot of land. So I haven't actually done the exact mathematics yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll still have something in the bank. And I do still plan on making the purchase of the campsite that's over near, is right next door to the actual Court Farms. So that's because that will bring in a monthly income. I think it brings in an income of about £150. Whether that's a day or a month, I'm not too sure yet, but I think it would be a decent investment just to bring a little bit of money into the bank every day or every month or whatever. We've obviously got the automatic milk sale mod, which does that job for us. We get an income of about, it seems to vary, but it's anywhere from £1,200–1,300 upwards of £1,400–1,500 every month, or every day, sorry, for the milk. So that's pretty good. That's decent. So yeah, that's that. So I think as I said, we need to crack on. I'm going to jump in the big fence. We're going to hook up the plough to it and say goodbye to it, I'm afraid. I'm sure most of you would agree with me that I'm making the right decision there. It was a bit of a whimsical purchase, I get that, you know, it was all exciting, and we've got loads of money, let's get ourselves a ridiculous big shiny tractor, but the reality is, it is It's unnecessary. It really is. I kind of knew that from the start. You know, it really is. It's a wonderful thing. It really is. You know, 500 horsepower. Who doesn't want a 500 horsepower tractor at the end of the day? But, as I said, the reality, nothing I own needs 500 horsepower. So, yeah, I may as well take advantage and be financially sensible. I think that would be the right thing to do. I'm sure you'll agree. So, let's hook this up. Get them cables on there. I need to be careful actually here, don't I? So let's lift it up. Let's fold it. I think that's right. And it should stay straight, shouldn't it? There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare getting out of here, I think. Oh no. Oh no. Goodness me, that was successful. Right, so let's get ourselves over to the shop, and we'll have to wait for half an hour for the gates to open. I'm pretty sure it's 9 o'clock that they open at. So let's go do that. But also, I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who has left me comments and suggestions and advice and help and guidance on the usage and potential future uses, as it were, of Maize Plus and the animal food add-on. That is the other mod that I think I'm going to need if I'm going to expand what the cows eat, especially, and the sheep, and maybe it will make them eat things a bit faster and essentially bring a bit more, a little bit of reality to things, you know, because at the minute they go through things so slowly, hence why I'm able to take advantage of the pile of silage that I've got and just top them up with food and flog the rest, because I've got another cut of grass on the way. It's not ready to cut yet, but by the time that is ready to cut and is all wrapped up and fermenting away, that'll be fine time-wise. That'll be about time to top the cows up again. So, and even then, they won't be empty, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's the game plan I've got in mind over the next couple of months anyway. And as for today, as I said, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get all this done, and we are going to see where we stand financially. So we'll pull up here, and we shall wait for the gates to open at 9 o'clock. Right, let's go get this done, shall we? Let's stick it up on the ramps. I don't think I actually need to stick it up on the ramps. I think the workshop trigger does work from down here, but it's kind of cool just whipping it up here, isn't it? He said, oh, I've got the plough on the back, haven't I? Silly boy. Right, let's do it from down here this time, shall we? So, right. There we go. So that needs... oh, it's 15.5. That'll do. So if I repair it for £19, there we go. 15,573. Let's sell that. Yep. So the Fent wants... oh, goodness me. 326,000. That's considerably more. That's... wow, that's a lot more. So if I go into the... again, just very quickly for all of our knowledge, I guess. Wrong menu. This one. Go to our garage. Large tractors. The Fent. £296,509. And if I do it from here, 326. So that's 30 grand. More. Goodness me. And if I repair it for 775, 31 grand. There we go. What about the weight? Repair for 2. Sell for 1,293. Right, okay. So we sell that. And we're selling that. Goodness me. £428,815. Right, okay. So, I'm going to make a purchase. I'm going to purchase that plough, and I'm going to purchase myself a new tractor, one that I think is going to be a little bit more suited to our environment and our daily usage of it down on the farm. So, I shall see you all in a matter of moments. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new but old Ford TW35 and the new but old Case International 55 plough. So, I'd like to think, I do hope you agree that this is probably a bit more suited to the area, to the farm. It's a bit more right, I think. We didn't need that massive Fent, as great as it was. I don't mean to repeat myself, but yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, this is our new bits of equipment. Out with the new, in with the old, it would seem. And obviously, as I like to do, I've given it a custom number plate. These tractors were manufactured between 1983 and 1990. So I've placed it just at the beginning of that on a B-Reg plate, which is 1984. And I've given it a slight bit of customization in it that it's a TW35, hence the 35, and the F stands for the Ford TW. So, yeah, just a bit of... I like to do that with the number plates. It just adds a bit of... a bit more realism, I suppose, to it. I'm really loving the fact the way that Oxy has put into the map the original number plates, the number plate customization that you can do with these on this map. It's brilliant. So you can make a typical UK plate. But yeah, welcome to one of our new offices, I suppose. So let's... Oh, it sounds way cool, doesn't it? There we go. Let's hook up our new plough. There we go. Oops. Bit of a bash into it there. Hook that up. Lift it up. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I suppose maybe we should really... We could get hold of a front weight while we're here, can't we? Just to be... I suppose... Well, as you can see, I've equipped it with the front hydraulic, so it does have a front-mounted PTO. So this is now the second tractor we own with a front-mounted PTO. So let's just quickly jump in. Let's have a look at the weights. Something that's got a bit of mass to it, I suppose. Let's go for... I always tend to like going for the wider ones. I don't know why. 10 winkle. Let's consider that one. Let's just see what we've got. Well, that looks quite a beefy thing, doesn't it? Although that's not... Yeah. It could suit it, I suppose. We can colour it to New Holland, which is, I suppose, Ford. Yeah, I quite like that one, actually. What's the... Oh, you can have brands on them. You can't have Ford, though, can you? So I think we'll just keep it blank. Yeah, quite like that one. Let's just have a look and see which other ones we've got. Ah, a Ford one. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's go for that one, actually. 850 kilos. There we go. It does make an awesome noise. Brakes are a bit spongy. Right. Let's get ourselves home. Now, I do appreciate this plough is a little bit wider than the other one, so it was going to make travelling down narrow lanes a bit tighter, but you know what, it's not going to go too far away from the farm, I don't think so. Right, that's that job done. So let's get ourselves home and go from there. Like I quickly touched on before, again, thank you to everyone for leaving me comments in the last couple of previous episodes regarding advice on the Mace Plus and animal food add-on mods and stuff that mess around with how the animals are fed and how they eat. I am still deliberating, I suppose, whether to get those mods added into the map, into the game. But I have recently, yesterday, I did learn on Facebook that I think Oxy is planning on releasing an update for this map. For the PC, I think it's going to be update 1.2. So while I do still deliberate on what I'm going to be doing with that, I'm going to wait for the map update to come. Thankfully, he has said that no new save game is required, which I'm very grateful for. Can't remember exactly what updates that's going to bring to the game, but I think just to give myself a little bit more time to think about things, I'm going to wait for that update to come out. So we're going to get straight down to work here. We are going to go straight to field 90 and get ploughing. Right, here we are. First job of the day. Make a new field, or make two fields, one big field. I'm looking forward to this. So the way I like to do things with this, as you know, obviously you can have the create fields option for ploughs. But I do like to try and do it as neat and tidy as possible, because especially when you're running course play, when you have create fields on, initially just around the first headland, you can sometimes just make the field a little bit unneat in places, so I like to try and keep that under control if I can. So what I'm going to do with this one is essentially I'm just going to run a straight line between where I am now and the field across the lane there. That'll then join these two fields here, do the same down at the bottom there, and then I'm going to plough the path under and then run course play without the create fields option on. So then I will have defined the edge of the fields myself, and then course play without the create fields option on will then just run the whole thing. It'll see that it'll recognise the whole thing as one big field, and then plough it all under. That's the plan. So if we essentially now, nope, wrong tool. We've got the back ones. There we go. So this is now create fields is off. So now I can essentially just go right up to the edge and not worry about making it bigger, because I don't really need to make this bit bigger here, do I? But you see what I mean about the square ploughs, though. It just allows field creation. It's just much easier to work with, I find, personally. I know we all like to do things differently. We've all got our own ways of doing things. So, but essentially, if I go from here now, and I then just bring it in a tiny little bit to about there, allow create fields, just run it in a nice straight line over to about there, then turn create fields off. There we go. So that's now joined together. Obviously we're going to have to run the stone picker and stuff in here, aren't we, when we're done. So now essentially what I can do is turn this lane into a field, or into part of the field, as it were. So allow create fields, drop that down. There we go. Oh, and this tractor copes with it perfectly well, doesn't it? Excellent stuff. Yeah, this tractor just feels better in my mind. It's just more suited. I'm not quite keen on how far the front weight sticks out over the front, I must admit. Personally, I've always preferred them when the weights sit closer to the body of the tractor, just aesthetically, but we all have our own likes and dislikes, don't we? Anyway, yeah. So we'll get this done, and I'll pick you all back up very quickly as I'm about to set course play off and get the whole field done. So I shall see you in a few minutes. Right, there we go. That didn't take long at all. So I ploughed in the lane, I ploughed in this little bit over here. So now essentially this is, aside from this little sticky out bit of hedge here and a tree, it's now one big field. So when it comes to course play should recognise the whole thing as one big field, and I'll be able to run a course with the plough without needing the allow create fields option on. So we'll get back up to the gate area. We'll create a course, but before I do that, when I do get there, I'm going to spend a bit of money again. We're going to buy a bit more land. We're going to buy the field that is surrounding the Valley View Bales area. Again, that's nice and close to the farm, and I'm also going to purchase the campsite. Start bringing in a bit more income. So let's just pull up here very quickly. We shall jump into the menus here. So the field menu, there we are. Right, so we're currently sat at, money-wise, we have £346,465. This is 171 grand. Buy. Done. There we go. I don't think we're doing too bad land-wise, do you agree? We've got how many? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 arable fields, and this plot of land here, 132, is where we have our lettuce tunnels. So I don't think we're doing too bad. Really, I don't. So what are we at now, money-wise? We have £175,441, which is a pretty decent bank balance, I think you'll agree. But I'm also going to purchase the campsite. So again, popping into here, I'm pretty sure that it's this one here, isn't it? 190. Do you know what? Just to be safe, before we do that, I'm pretty sure that is the right one, but let me just very quickly jump into Iron Man mode, and we'll just fly over, just make sure I've got the right one, because that would be pretty silly, wouldn't it, buy the wrong plot of land. We are here. This one here. If I bring up the map, yeah, it's that area there, isn't it? Yeah, this is the one. Right, okay. So, farmland there, there, purchase, 39. I thought it was 49. Oh, 39, right, okay. There we go. Right, so that's going to be a bit of income for us. That's the idea. Hopefully, anyway. And with our remaining bank balance, again, if I do decide to take the plunge, as it were, and purchase, install and activate all the animal feed mods, I'm going to need to get myself a bigger feed mixer. In which case, I've got my eye on the Keenan mech fiber by 4D modding, which I absolutely adore. It's a wonderful thing. So yeah, and I think that's not too expensive, thankfully. So we will sell ours, the one we currently have, and purchase that. And even then, after that, we're still going to be left with probably still a six-figure bank balance, or somewhere near the 100,000 mark. Yeah, so we'll figure out what to do with that in good time. But for now, we're here, we're ready to plough. Let's turn allow create fields off. I'm going to get a course play set up here. I'm going to throw this job into a cinematic. Get a nice cinematic going of our lovely new TW35. And then onwards from that, I think the next job in here will be to run the stone picker and the cultivator, which I think I'm going to carry on using this tractor for, because I can. I can stick the stone picker on the front of this, I can stick the cultivator on the back. The stone picker will obviously pick up the stones and leave a cultivated state in the field, and the actual cultivator will leave a seedbed texture. So that'll be perfect, and then we'll get it limed, and then come the right time, we'll get some field beans drilled in. So I'll tell you what, let's jump into the menus here. This is the one we want. We want to be where we are, actually, don't we? So we want create job. There we go. You see, straight away, course play has recognised the whole thing as a field. We jump into the course generator. Now work width. Now sometimes with tools it does do this, but this is a 4 meter. In fact, let's just be safe and make sure we're right with that. So yeah, 4 meters wide. So let's jump back into here. Create job. Open course play generator. Set the work width to 4 meters. There we are. We're going to give it. I'm going to say 5 headlands. No, 6. We'll give it 6 headlands because it is a. I still don't fully know the turning circle and radius and work width of all these of this new tractor. As I always do, I just give it a 25% headland overlap just to make sure that it gets as much covered as possible. I go with the longest edge, so it should run north to south. We skip a row, always, just because it looks good. And we bring the field margin out a bit, just to make sure that it gets as much as it can on the outer edge. So, generate field work course. Boom. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a particularly time-consuming job. There we are. Where's the course play menu? That's there. First waypoint is directly in front of us, so stick on first waypoint, get rid of all the markers, and send him on his way. There we are, or her, as it is in this case. Excellent. That looks to be doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's now running. It's now defining the edge of the fields based on what they were. It's not adding more into it. Field stones will come up. So, right. Cinematic time. See you in a few minutes. Right, there we go. Job done. I'm very, very happy with this tractor and with the plough. Oh, goodness me. That was a bit bumpy, wasn't it? So yeah, this has done an excellent job in this field. It has not, now again, another kudos to Courseplay, it has not missed a single piece of this field, not even the tiniest of dots. It covered the whole field in one go with no intervention from me. So yeah, very, very chuffed with that, as it were. So, right, ploughing done, and now we are going to get the stones picked up and have it cultivated as well. Now there is some pretty big stones in this field. If I pop into the PDA, now where are we? Stones? Yeah, look at that. Look at the concentration of the red ones there. I don't think I've had any fields yet that have red stones. Obviously, when you look at the graph, or the colour chart, so to speak, you've got yellow, orange and red. So yellow is small, orange and medium, and red are big, I guess. I don't think I've had... They've pretty much been like this, you know, orange or yellow. But red like that, especially with that kind of concentration, that's they're pretty big rocks. So, but anyway, we're going to carry on with how we've dealt with rocks already in the past. I'm going to let them accumulate in the artificial manure pit that's in front of the cow barn. We will stick the stone picker and the cultivator on this tractor, and it does just very... I mean, look at that, it just fits through. And here as well, literally. Look at that. It's meant to be. But yeah, I do think I've made the right decision with getting hold of this tractor. It just feels right to me. It's not too big. The other one was too big. Let's not beat about the bush. It was a lovely thing, but just vastly unnecessary. Right, anyway, so let's... Welcome to the farm, TW35. You've not been here yet, have you? Right, so we will pop this plough back in, well, in here, where the other one used to live. You can just slot in the corner. There we go. Yeah, you can just go there. So we'll drop you down. Disconnect. We shall go and pop this weight near the workshop, near the tractor shed. The stone picker's in there, isn't it? So I need to shift the bale spike and the cultivator. The cultivator's back in the plough, isn't it? So we'll just drop this outside the workshop for now. Oh. Yeah, the brakes aren't particularly amazing on this, I'll be honest. But it's got some, that's all that matter. Right. So we'll go get the cultivator and we'll jump in the telehandler, shift the bale spike out of the way, hook up the stone picker, and we'll get back into that field and get cracking. So I think, yeah, I'll get myself set up here. I'm going to get this field now, this bit of field work done, the stone picking and the cultivating, and get that done off camera. And I shall pick you all back up. No doubt in about an hour or so. It took an hour. There we go. It took an hour for the ploughing job to get done. So I reckon it's probably going to be a bit longer because I'm going to need to come back and to the manure pit over here. Drop off the stones when the stone picker gets full up. So yep, I will pick you all back up in a wee while when we're all done. Right, well, while the TW35's out doing the stone picking and the cultivating, we're going to try our best to make use of our time a bit better and get the cows fed. So let's see where we're up to with this. Let's bring the menu up, turn on the mixer wagon, goodness me. There we go. Get that overloaded. Let's see where the cows are up to actually, food level wise. There we are. 86,000. So yeah, I reckon. Oh, we can give them this one. Oh, it's turned to forage. Oh, what's happened there? Let's stop overloading that, please. Thank you. Right. Wonder why it's done that. Well, clearly didn't have the ratios correct. There must have been something left in the mixer wagon. So right, let's jump back in here. Let's grab ourselves another silage bale. I went and unwrapped two by mistake a few moments ago, so that's why this one's already unwrapped. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna top the cows up with food, and then we're gonna get these all the other silage bales loaded onto the trailer and taken to one of the sell points. I still haven't looked yet as to which one we're going to be going to. Don't know who's paying top dollar for silage bales just yet. Okay, those ratios are way off, aren't they? Need some more hay. And the bees have been hard at it, haven't they? They need well, those pallets need selling. We might have to sell those as well. It seems it's going to be quite a good episode financially for this one, isn't it? We're going to get rid of the silage bales. We'll get a chunk of money for them. We'll do what we did the other episode, and we'll sell what honey we've got and what lettuces we've got as well. So, let me jump in there. Yep. There we go. That's more like it. But that is going to turn to forage again quite soon, isn't it? So we'll keep the heads-up display on so I can keep my eye on it. And we will start here. There we go. Okay. Right there. It's now 100% full of forage. That's not good, is it? So we're going to need to pop another silage bale into that, I think. Yeah, this is why I think we are going to need a bigger, better feed mixer. Right. So, let's cut open bale. Yep. Pick you up. Not got the best of turning circles, this JCB load, or has it? It's fine, but it doesn't want to get itself out of tight corners, I'll tell you that much. Right, so if we drop that in there, I know it's completely overloaded at the minute, but if we should be able to catch this. It might get a little bit of forage in there, but no, don't you fall out. So forage. There we go. TMR. And that's better. We got there in the end. This will probably take the whole thing. In fact, they will, won't they? Right, I think that'll do for now. So, yeah, 110,000. Yep, that'll do for now. So, I'm going to just turn off the mixer wagon. Stick it back where it belongs for now. Nice and tidy in the shed here. Right. And then we're going to need to jump in the Fent. Our only Fent now, which has now been re-promoted to biggest tractor on the farm. I'm sure sure he'll be quite happy with that. Right, so park you back up. Lovely stuff. Right. Right, so I'm going to hitch up the bale trailer, obviously, and I will pick you all back up very shortly when we're on the way to whichever sell point we have learnt is paying the best. So, see you all in a few moments. Right, welcome everybody to the world's most ridiculous bale stacking. Look at that. It's taken me several minutes and the rest, but let's just leave that there for now. I've managed to get all of the bales we had in one go, so you know what, let's just very quickly, there we go, secure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 33 bales on the back of this. So we need to have a look at the menu to find out who is paying top dollar at the minute for silage. So we shall just have a quick flick down. There we are. Okay, January. Well, that's perfect. I mean, yeah, we're in January. Excellent. Right, okay, so 386.42 is top dollar according to this fluctuation graph. But I can already see 394, 387, 392, 394 folly down bales. Folly down. That's miles away, isn't it? I'm sure folly down is this one? Yes. It would be one of the furthest away, wouldn't it, when I've gone on there. What do you know what's Valley View paying? Just out of curiosity. Valley View 387, folly down 394. No, do you know what? We're going to do it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, let's make our way over to folly down. This may well take a good few minutes because I'm going to have to take it very easy. I need to remind myself what's the best way to go, actually. I think we turn right out of here, don't we? Yeah, I'm going to have to keep my eye on this because I do not want it to topple over. So I shall catch you all in a few minutes when we're over at the bale store. Right, we're here. Note to self, don't do that again. Forgotten about trees, hadn't I? So there was a couple of branches sticking out that just stopped the trailer dead in its tracks because it's too high. But it's an experience. And I managed to get all the bales done in one go. So let's hopefully this should work. Let's bring up the heads-up display. Let's get rid of course play out the way there. So if I unstrap them, boom, boom. Oh, two of them have fallen off. Oh. Wow, 35, 972, 35, 36, 37. So, just over 5, 36, 37. Yeah, just over 38 grand. Right, and I am going to have to just very quickly chuck this one in. Excuse me. Nothing to see here. So yeah, just over 38 grand. That will do very, very nicely. I know we'd have got that regardless of how many trips we made, but it was cool to get that in one go. So £174,192. That's all right. So let's send you back home. Home farm. There we go. Let's jump back over to the farm ourselves. We'll put this away where it belongs. And then I shall pick you all back up when the TW35 has finished its stone picking operation in our new field. So hopefully it won't be too long, but I think it's definitely got about 40 odd minutes left on the job because it's following a course play that's I think just over 2 meters wide. The the stone picker. So, yep, I shall pick you all back up very shortly, and we will see where we're up to there. Do you know what? While we've got the money, and while we're waiting for TW35 to finish the job over there, let's go get ourselves a new feed mixer, shall we? It's a bit bigger. While we've got the money too, it makes sense. So, let's go get another new toy. Right, come on, let's get this done, shall we? We may as well. So, back here again, second time in the day, so we don't even need to repair it. £20,371. Done. That'll do for now, and then we want to go into here. I think it's all the way... oh no. There we are. 43 grand. We can definitely afford it. We don't need to put... nah, we'll leave those ones on it, I think, to be fair. So... we'll add both the feed chute and the bale handler. We'll leave it with no number plate. There we go. £46,500. Excellent. And there it is. I've always loved this mod, I must admit. I've used it so much since it was first released. There we go. Excellent stuff. Right, let's get this back to the farm, and then we will sit and wait for the 35 to finish the stone picking and cultivating job, and I shall pick you all back up when that is done. Right, job done. We've got the last just under a ton's worth of rocks left in the picker at the front here, but it is now a beautiful seedbed texture. Every single stone has been removed, and it's been obviously the stone picker leaves a cultivated texture, but it's been properly cultivated with the cultivator at the back of the tractor, as you can see, obviously. So, job done. Nicely performed there by Courseplay. So it did take a while. It seemed to take forever, if I'm honest, with the stone picker being quite narrow and having to keep on top of it and stop it every now and again and go back and empty it at the farm. But we're ready now for a coat of lime, and come planting season for field beans, that's going to be going in here. So very happy with that today, and I'm very happy with this tractor. I know I've said it before, but yeah, I'm really happy with this tractor. It's just more usable. The big fence, I'm sorry to keep piping on about it, and the big fence was good for everything, but at this farm, on this map, it was just a bit big and a bit daft, really. Whereas this is a much more suitable tractor, I think. It's not got too much power. It's got about 190 horsepower, which is just about right, I feel, for this. So anyway, right, let's tip all this lot in here. We've got quite a considerable amount of stones in here now, as you can see. So let's, in fact, I'm just going to need to bring up the hood, because I can't tell. There we go, that's the one we want. So I'm just going to tip this slot here. There we go. Excellent. Right. I've got no idea exactly what tonnage of rocks we've got there, but I'm considering now, maybe in the next episode, we're going to get them loaded up into the trailer and taken over to the stone crusher, which I think is somewhere near, that's in the same yard as the BGA, just to get rid of them. The only field we will have left to take rocks out of at the minute is the new field that we've just purchased next to the Valley View bales, which currently has wheat in, and harvest time for wheat isn't until, I think it's June or July time. So let's give this thing a nice quick wash over, with it being the newest member of the fleet. It has been hard at work today, proving itself, earning its keep. But yeah, really like it. I really do. So let's get it all cleaned off. Make it look nice and shiny again. Or, you know, shiny-ish. tell you what though, surprisingly, look at the bar on the front. That's already got a bit of paint wear on it. It seems to wear quite quickly, doesn't it? May end up looking like the other Ford quite quickly, mightn't it? Oh, do you know what? That'll be fine. Never mind that. Right, let's look at him here. I am quite impressed. I know it's not a large tractor, it's a medium tractor, but I am very impressed with its turning circle. It does feel like it's got quite a long wheelbase, but yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Nope, wrong one. There we go. And I am thinking as well, another minor upgrade I'm thinking of doing potentially in the next episode, while we've got a bit of cash to do it, is a new cultivator. I do quite like the look of, there's one from the Horse Aggravation pack that I do quite like the look of, so and it's not too expensive. I think it's about 25, somewhere between 20 and 30 grand anyway. You can spec it with a few different fitting options. It's 6 meters wide, and it just looks a bit more professional than that old knackered thing that we've got in there, the grey lizard cultivator. So let's get this parked up where it belongs for now, out the snow in the shed, next to our other Ford. Although technically, next to the Claas is a bit of a Ford as well, isn't it? So there we go. Awesome. Yeah, really happy with that. Love it. So, a decent episode, I think, we've just had behind us. We've obviously we've stocked up on our pile of rocks. We're going to hopefully try and get those sent over to the stone picker, the stone crusher. Sorry, next episode. We've got rid of all of our silage bales. We made a good chunk of money from that. Coincidentally, happening to sell them at the right time. I didn't actually necessarily plan to do that. We've replaced our feed mixer with this beautiful Keenan mech fibre from 4D modding. Love this thing, I really do. So we've got a bit more of a capacity there when it comes to feeding the cows. I do need to sell the honey. I need to empty that rack in fact, no, I'll leave that for now. We'll sort that out next episode. And I do plan next episode on running we need to run the lime spreader in the field we've just been working in, and we also need to run the lime and fertilizer in the wheat field, which is field, is it 110? Yeah, field 110. This one here. We go very quickly. Bring up the HUD again. Yeah, the lime and fertilizer levels of this field are pretty bad. So if we're going to bring up the yield of this one before harvest time, we need to get that done. So yeah, busy as always down on the farm. Let's just jump back over here, shall we? So yeah, it's been a good one today. I think we've got that field prepped. That's almost ready for a drilling. Everything's tickety-boo. Everything's ticking on over. We've got a decent amount of wool coming out of the sheep pen. The cows are fed. We've made the purchase of the campsite, so hopefully come next month, it'll be February, and I think it happens every night. I think it's not just every month, but we'll get I think it's about 150 quid, but we will see income wise from the campsite. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video and found it a bit of fun and a bit interesting. If you're new to the channel and you like the way I do things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like on the video and leaving me a comment if any of you have got any suggestions or ideas for me. I do hope you like my... I do hope you followed me thought-wise when it came to getting rid of the big Fendt and replacing it with this more practical Ford. Yeah, I do hope you agree with me with that one. And as always, very recently I've become a Giants partner, so if any of you are in the market for a DLC, an add-on pack, the game itself, any of the season passes, there will be links in the video description below. If you fancy helping out a content creator, I would be greatly appreciative. So thanks again, everybody, and I shall see you in episode 23.